Morocco, a land of vivid colors, ancient stories, and timeless adventure. From the golden dunes of the Sahara to the busy souks of Marrakech, Morocco is a place where old traditions and modern life meet side by side. In Morocco, every street has a tale to tell. You can hear the echo of history in the call to prayer, the clatter of tea glasses, and the soft whispers of the desert wind. Cities shine with life and color. Villages rest in the shade of the Atlas Mountains. This country is a doorway to Africa and a bridge to Europe. Berber, Arab, and European influences blend together in its food, its people, and its streets. Travelers come here to taste fresh mint tea, to wander through blue-painted alleys, and to feel the warm sun on ancient stones. You can ride camels over endless sand dunes, hike green valleys, or get lost in maze-like medinas where every turn brings a new surprise. Morocco is more than just a place. Tucked away in the Rif Mountains lies Chefchaouen, a town famous for its blue-painted walls and peaceful vibe. Known as the Blue Pearl of Morocco, Chefchaouen feels like a dream, where every street is a canvas of soft blues and whites. Walking through Chefchaouen is like stepping into a painting. Narrow alleys twist and turn, lined with doors and steps painted in every shade of blue. Locals say the blue color keeps mosquitoes away and reminds people of the sky and heaven. Small shops sell handmade blankets, woven rugs, and colorful pottery. The scent of fresh bread and spices fills the air. In the main square, Outa El Hammam, travelers rest in cafes while listening to the sounds of the nearby mosque. Above the town stands the old Kasbah, a fortress with views over the blue houses and surrounding mountains. Hiking trails lead to waterfalls and hilltops, where you can watch the town glow in the sunset. In the heart of Morocco lies the Medina of Marrakech, a maze of life, color, and sound. Behind its ancient red walls, history and daily life blend into a world full of energy and tradition. The Medina is a place where narrow streets twist through markets called souks, filled with spices, leather goods, lanterns, and carpets. Merchants call out friendly greetings, while the scent of saffron, cumin, and fresh mint drifts through the air. At its center is Jama El Fna, one of the most famous squares in Africa. By day, snake charmers, storytellers, and orange juice sellers gather here. By night, the square turns into an open-air restaurant with smoke rising from food stalls serving grilled meats and steaming tagines. Hidden inside the Medina are peaceful riads, old palaces, and secret gardens. The Koutabia Mosque stands tall, its call to prayer echoing through the city. Ait Ben Haddou is a striking ancient village made of earth and stone, sitting at the edge of the Atlas Mountains. This fortified village, called Uxar, has stood for centuries as a gateway between the Sahara Desert and the cities of Morocco. The clay buildings rise like steps along a hillside, linked by narrow paths and hidden doorways. High walls and corner towers once protected traders and families who crossed the desert with salt, gold, and spices. Walking through Ait Ben Haddou feels like traveling back in time. Inside the village, old houses, granaries, and watchtowers tell stories of life in a harsh but beautiful land. From the top, the views stretch over the desert plains and winding river below. Ait Ben Haddou is so well preserved that it has appeared in many famous films and shows. Its beauty and history attract travelers, filmmakers, and dreamers from around the world. On Morocco's Atlantic coast sits Essaouira, a breezy port city known for its whitewashed walls, blue boats, and laid-back spirit. Once called Mogador, Essaouira has welcomed traders, artists, and travelers for centuries. Strong ocean winds shake its wide beaches and fill the air with the scent of salt and fresh fish. The old Medina is protected by thick stone ramparts, built to guard the town from pirates and waves alike. Inside the walls, narrow streets lead to lively markets and hidden courtyards. Local artists paint, carve wood, and play traditional music that drifts through the alleys. The port is a place of constant life, where colorful fishing boats bob on the waves and fishermen bring in the daily catch. Seagulls circle overhead, while visitors watch the sunset from the ancient Scala fortress that looks out over the sea. Essaouira has a charm that feels different from other Moroccan cities. Fez El Bali is the ancient heart of Fez, Morocco's oldest imperial city and a treasure of Islamic culture. Behind its high city walls, lies one of the largest car-free urban areas in the world, a true maze of narrow alleys and hidden courtyards. Stepping into Fez El Bali is like stepping back in time. Donkeys and handcarts carry goods through twisting lanes too small for cars. Local craftsmen work leather, metal, and wood using skills passed down through generations. The famous tanneries of Fez are a sight and scent to remember. Here, workers stand in stone pits filled with natural dyes, turning animal hides into soft leather in the same way their ancestors did centuries ago. Among the winding streets are historic madrasas, ancient mosques, and the world's oldest university, Al-Qarawiyyin, founded over 1,000 years ago. Every doorway and mosaic tells a story of faith, learning, and art. Fez El Bali is not just a city quarter. It is a living museum. The Sahara Desert is one of the world's most legendary landscapes, stretching beyond the horizon in waves of golden sand. In Morocco, the Sahara welcomes travelers with its vast dunes, star-filled skies, and timeless silence. The dunes near Merzouga are some of the most stunning in the country. Rising and falling like ocean waves, they change color with the sun, from pale gold at sunrise to deep orange at sunset. Life in the Sahara moves to an ancient rhythm. Nomadic families still guide their herds across the dry land, setting up tents under the open sky. Camels, known as the ships of the desert, carry visitors deep into the dunes for nights spent around a warm campfire. At night, the desert sky comes alive with countless stars, unspoiled by city lights. The Milky Way stretches wide above the sand, reminding travelers of the desert's endless beauty and mystery. The Sahara Desert is not empty. Dadis Gorge is a stunning valley carved by the Dadis River in the high Atlas Mountains. This rocky wonderland is famous for its winding roads, towering cliffs, and red rock formations that glow warm colors in the sun. The gorge stretches for miles, with steep walls that rise like giant stone castles. Small Berber villages sit along the river, where green fields of almond trees and fig trees bring life to the dry landscape. One of the most famous sights here is the series of hairpin bends known as the Dadis Serpentine. Drivers and travelers stop to look down at the sharp curves twisting through the canyon, a favorite view for photographers and adventure seekers. hiking trails lead through hidden valleys, old kasbahs, and strange rock shapes called monkey fingers that stand tall against the sky. The sound of the river flowing through the narrow pass brings a calm balance to the wild cliffs above. Daddy's Gorge is a place where nature's raw beauty and human life come together. Ouzad waterfalls are one of Morocco's most beautiful natural wonders. Hidden in the Atlas Mountains, these falls drop over 300 feet into a green canyon filled with olive trees and wild fig trees. The sound of rushing water and the cool mist fill the air as streams tumble down rocky cliffs in many stages. Rainbows often form in the spray, adding a touch of magic to the scene. Small paths wind through the olive groves, leading visitors to different viewpoints and hidden pools where locals and travelers cool off on warm days. Along the way, friendly Barbary macaques watch from the trees, hoping for a sweet treat. At the base of the falls, small boats carry people close to the roaring water for a fresh splash and a closer look. Simple cafes rest beside the river, serving mint tea and tagines with views of the falling water. Ouzad waterfalls are a peaceful escape where nature's beauty brings people together. Marrakech is one of Morocco's most famous cities, alive with history, energy, and color. Known as the Red City for its ancient walls and clay buildings, Marrakech sits at the foot of the Atlas Mountains and has welcomed travelers for centuries. Inside the old Medina, narrow streets lead to busy souks where traders sell spices, carpets, and hand-woven lanterns. The heart of the city beats in Jama el-Fana, a lively square filled with storytellers, musicians, and food stalls that come alive when the sun goes down. Beyond the Medina, peaceful gardens and grand palaces show the beauty of Moroccan design. The Majorelle Garden, with its deep blue walls and exotic plants, offers a quiet break from the city's busy streets. Marrakech is also a city of art and craft. Skilled hands shape leather, metal, and wood into treasures that carry the touch of tradition. Mosques and palaces stand with detailed tilework, carved wood, and hidden courtyards where fountains softly splash. Hassan II Mosque stands proudly on the Atlantic coast in Casablanca. It is one of the largest mosques in the world and a symbol of modern Moroccan craftsmanship and faith. Built partly over the ocean, the mosque's grand minaret rises high into the sky, making it the tallest in Africa. When the sun sets, its green light shines like a beacon over the waves. Inside, the prayer hall can hold thousands of worshippers beneath a roof that opens to the sky. Marble floors, carved cedar wood, and colorful mosaics show the work of Morocco's finest artisans. Outside, wide courtyards and graceful archways invite people to gather, reflect, and look out over the endless sea. The sound of waves crashing below mixes with the peaceful call to prayer, connecting earth, ocean, and spirit. Hassan II Mosque is more than a place of worship. Agadir is a modern seaside city on Morocco's Atlantic coast, known for its long sandy beaches, sunny skies, and laid-back vibe. After an earthquake in the 1960s, the city was rebuilt with wide streets and open spaces, giving it a fresh and welcoming feel. The beach is Agadir's heart, stretching for miles along the ocean. Locals and visitors come here to swim, surf, or just relax under the warm sun. Beachfront cafes and restaurants serve fresh seafood, while the sound of waves sets a peaceful mood. Above the city sits the Old Kasbah, a fortress that offers wide views of the coastline and the busy port below. Down in the marina, fishing boats rest beside luxury yachts, showing how Agadir blends tradition with modern life. Nearby, the souk brings color and life, with stalls full of spices, handmade crafts, and fresh local goods. Palm trees line the streets, and the mild climate makes Agadir a favorite spot for travelers looking for rest and sunshine all year round. Erg Chebi Dunes are one of Morocco's most iconic desert landscapes. Rising near the village of Merzouga, these towering sand dunes mark the edge of the vast Sahara and draw travelers seeking the magic of the desert. The dunes reach heights of up to 500 feet, glowing deep gold and orange under the changing light. At sunrise and sunset, the sand shifts color and shadow, creating scenes that feel endless and timeless. Camel caravans move slowly across the soft dunes, carrying visitors to desert camps under wide, star-filled skies. At night, the silence of the Sahara wraps around you while the fire crackles and the stars stretch from horizon to horizon. Local Berber guides share stories of desert life, ancient trade routes, and the secrets hidden in the shifting sands. The peaceful beauty of Erg Chebi invites people to listen to the wind, watch the dance of light on sand, and feel the quiet power of nature's grand design. Erg Chebi Dunes are more than just sand. The Kasbah of the Udayas is a peaceful fortress overlooking the Atlantic Ocean in Morocco's capital, Rabat. This historic Kasbah stands on a cliff above where the Bou Regreg River meets the sea, guarding the city for centuries. Inside its ancient walls, narrow streets wind between white and blue houses that shine bright under the sun. Bougainvillea flowers climb over doorways, adding splashes of pink and purple to the calm lanes. The old gate, Bab Udaya, welcomes visitors into this quiet neighborhood full of history and charm. Small gardens and hidden courtyards offer peaceful spots to rest and take in views of the ocean below. At the edge of the Kasbah, the Andalusian gardens bring fresh shade and the soft sound of fountains. Here, palm trees and orange trees fill the air with gentle scents, reminding visitors of Rabat's calm coastal spirit. From the fortress walls, wide views stretch over the river, the beaches, and the endless Atlantic waves. Azila is a small coastal town on Morocco's Atlantic shore, known for its whitewashed walls, bright murals, and calm seaside charm. Once a pirate stronghold, Azila has turned into an artistic haven where history and creativity come together. Surrounded by sturdy stone ramparts built by the Portuguese centuries ago, the old Medina of Azila feels peaceful and welcoming. Narrow streets twist between white houses trimmed with shades of blue and green, while fresh sea breezes drift through every alley. Each summer, artists from Morocco and around the world gather here to paint the walls with colorful murals, turning the town into an open-air gallery. These changing works of art give Azila a fresh spirit year after year. Outside the Medina, wide beaches stretch along the ocean. Fishermen cast their nets at dawn, and families come to relax on the golden sands as the sun sets over the Atlantic waves. Lexira Beach is one of Morocco's most unique coastal treasures, famous for its giant red rock arches that stretch out over the sand and meet the waves of the Atlantic Ocean. This wild, open beach lies between the towns of Mirleft and Sidi Ifni, far from busy crowds. Its cliffs and natural stone arches have been shaped by wind and sea over thousands of years, creating a dramatic scene where land and ocean meet. When the tide is low, visitors walk under the towering arches and feel the cool sea breeze blowing through the gaps in the rock. the beach stretches for miles, offering space to walk, surf, or simply watch the sunset paint the cliffs in warm shades of red and orange. Fishermen's huts and simple cafes rest on the cliffs above, serving fresh seafood and tea with views of the rolling waves. At dusk, the beach turns quiet, except for the sound of the ocean crashing against the stones. Ouarzazate is known as the gateway to the desert and the door to many of Morocco's most dramatic landscapes. This quiet city sits where the high Atlas Mountains meet the vast Sahara, making it a crossroads for traders, travelers, and storytellers through the ages. Nicknamed the Hollywood of Morocco, Ouarzazate is famous for its film studios and desert scenery that has appeared in many movies and shows. Big ancient gates, wide kasbahs, and rocky plains have brought stories of ancient kingdoms and epic journeys to life on screen. The city's most famous landmark is the Tawarit Kasbah, a maze of mud brick walls, towers, and hidden rooms. Once home to powerful leaders, it now stands as a reminder of the region's rich history and strong Berber culture. Nearby, rocky valleys and palm-filled oases offer a green break from the dry land. Villages around Ouarzazate still keep old ways of life, with farmers tending date palms and small fields under the mountain sun. Toubkal National Park is a wild and beautiful part of Morocco, home to the country's highest peak, Mount Toubkal. This mighty mountain rises over 13,000 feet above sea level, standing tall among the rocky high Atlas range. The park is a land of deep valleys, rugged cliffs, and small Berber villages that rest on mountain slopes. Trails wind through forests of juniper and oak, past waterfalls and clear streams that bring life to this high, dry world. Hikers from around the world come here to climb Mount Toubkal. The journey to the summit is tough, but rewarding, offering sweeping views that stretch from snowy peaks to wide plains far below. In the lower valleys, stone houses, terraced fields, and flocks of sheep show how people have lived with nature for centuries. Local guides share stories of mountain life, strong traditions, and the spirit of the Berber people who call this land home. Mount Toubkal is the tallest peak in North Africa and the crown of Morocco's high Atlas Mountains. Rising over 13,000 feet above sea level, it draws hikers and adventurers from around the world who dream of standing on its summit. The climb to Mount Toubkal's peak is challenging but rewarding. Rocky trails pass through deep valleys, small stone villages, and rough mountain paths that test both strength and spirit. Along the way, simple refuges offer shelter, warmth, and a place to share stories with fellow travelers. Reaching the top, climbers are greeted with wide, breathtaking views. Snowy ridges, deep gorges, and the distant plains stretch far in every direction, reminding visitors of nature's power and beauty. For local Berber communities, Mount Toubkal is more than just a mountain. It is part of their daily life, history, and deep respect for the land. Shepherds lead their flocks over its slopes, and old footpaths connect families who live among these high peaks. Sahara Desert is a hidden gem just outside Marrakech, offering a taste of the wild desert without the long journey to the Sahara. Unlike the high dunes of Erg Chebi, Sahara is a rocky, moon-like landscape of rolling hills, dry riverbeds, and open skies. This stony desert is peaceful and quiet, with wide views that stretch all the way to the snowy peaks of the Atlas Mountains in the distance. Here, travelers find calm under the warm sun and cool night skies filled with stars. Many visitors come to Sahara for a gentle desert adventure, riding camels or driving over rough tracks in 4x4 vehicles. Desert camps offer warm tea, fresh tagines, and nights spent under traditional tents while local musicians play by the fire. Small oases of green break the dry land, where hidden streams feed wild plants and olive trees. These quiet spots remind visitors that life finds a way, even in the driest places. The Sadian tombs are one of Marrakech's hidden historical treasures, resting quietly behind the high walls of the old Kasbah. These tombs date back to the 16th century, built during the rule of the Sadian dynasty, and were forgotten for centuries until their rediscovery in the early 1900s. Inside, delicate marble, colorful tiles, and carved cedar wood show the fine craftsmanship of Moroccan artisans. The tombs hold the remains of rulers, princes, and their families, resting in beautifully decorated chambers surrounded by peaceful gardens. The most famous room is the Hall of 12 Columns, where the Sultan Ahmed al-Mansur and his family are buried under a stunning dome held by white marble pillars. Sunlight filters through carved windows, lighting up the rich decorations in quiet beauty. Outside, the small garden courtyard is filled with roses, orange trees, and birdsong. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Bahia Palace is one of Marrakech's finest examples of Moroccan architecture and royal style. Built in the 19th century, its name means brilliance, and every room and courtyard lives up to that promise. Inside the palace walls, peaceful gardens and open courtyards lead to grand rooms filled with carved wood, painted ceilings, and colorful zellige tilework. Sunlight dances through stained glass windows, casting soft patterns on the marble floors. Bahia Palace was once home to a powerful vizier and his family, with private rooms and hidden gardens that offered calm and comfort in the heart of the busy city. Cedar doors open into wide halls where fountains bring cool air and the sound of flowing water. Each detail, from delicate stucco carvings to hand-painted doors, shows the skill of Morocco's finest craftsmen. Orange trees and jasmine fill the gardens with gentle scents, while birds sing among the branches. Ben Youssef Madrasa is one of Marrakech's most remarkable places of learning and a masterpiece of Moroccan design. Built in the 14th century and rebuilt by the Saadian dynasty, this ancient Islamic college once welcomed hundreds of students from across the region. Inside its walls, a peaceful courtyard opens under bright skies, surrounded by carved cedar wood, marble columns, and colorful mosaic tiles that cover every inch in beautiful detail. Verses from the Quran and fine arabesque patterns decorate the walls, showing the deep connection between knowledge and art. Small student rooms look down on the central courtyard, reminding visitors of the days when young scholars studied religion, law, and science here in quiet devotion. The soft sound of a fountain in the middle brings calm to this once busy place of thought and prayer. The heart of Ben Youssef Madrasa is its prayer hall, where light filters through lattice windows, casting gentle patterns across the floor. Koutoubia Mosque is the largest and most famous mosque in Marrakech, standing tall in the heart of the old city. Its name comes from the Arabic word for bookseller, as it was once surrounded by busy markets full of book traders and scribes. Built in the 12th century, Koutoubia Mosque is a masterpiece of Almohad architecture. Its minaret rises over 200 feet into the sky and can be seen from miles away, acting as a symbol and a guide for the people of Marrakech. The mosque's simple yet grand design includes wide arches, red sandstone walls, and peaceful gardens filled with palm trees and orange blossoms. At prayer times, the call to prayer echoes across the city from its high tower, reminding everyone of the mosque's deep spiritual heart Though only Muslims may enter the prayer hall, visitors can admire the beauty of the mosque from the surrounding gardens and quiet squares. In the soft evening light, the minaret glows warmly as the sun sets behind the Atlas Mountain. Moulay Idriss Zerhoun is one of Morocco's most sacred towns, resting on two green hills not far from the ancient city of Volubilis. This peaceful village is named after Moulay Idriss I, the founder of Morocco's first Islamic dynasty and a saint deeply respected across the country. Whitewashed houses climb the hillsides in gentle curves, connected by narrow lanes and stone steps that open to hidden courtyards and quiet terraces. From above, the town looks like a white crown surrounded by olive groves and rolling green valleys. At the heart of Moulay Idriss Zerhoun lies the mausoleum of Moulay Idriss, a holy site that draws pilgrims from across Morocco, especially during the yearly religious festival known as the Musim. Though the shrine itself is closed to non-Muslims, visitors can still feel the calm and respect that fills the streets around it. Walking through the town, travelers find tiny shops selling olives, fresh bread, and handmade sweets. Volubilis is one of Morocco's most important ancient sites, standing quietly among green hills and olive groves near the sacred town of Moulay Idriss Zerhoun. Once a thriving Roman city, Volubilis tells the story of Morocco's far past through its well-preserved ruins and timeless beauty. Walking through Volubilis, visitors see the remains of grand villas, public baths, and wide streets lined with stone columns. Beautiful mosaic floors still shine under the sun, showing scenes of Roman gods, animals, and daily life frozen in colorful tiles for centuries. At its height, Volubilis was a rich city at the edge of the Roman Empire, where traders brought olive oil, grain, and wild animals from Africa to Europe. Its triumphal arch still stands tall against the wide Moroccan sky, a symbol of Rome's power reaching deep into North Africa. Surrounded by fields and distant hills, Volubilis feels peaceful and open. Akchour waterfalls are a hidden natural wonder tucked in the green valleys near Chefchaouen in northern Morocco. This peaceful place is known for its fresh mountain streams, clear pools, and beautiful cascades surrounded by wild forests. A winding trail through the Rif Mountains leads to the waterfalls. Along the way, hikers pass over wooden bridges, rocky paths, and shaded groves where birds sing and the sound of rushing water grows louder with every step. The main waterfall is a stunning sight. pouring down smooth cliffs into cool, deep pools where visitors rest and swim. Smaller waterfalls and gentle streams along the trail offer quiet spots to pause and listen to nature. Nearby, the famous God's Bridge, a natural stone arch, adds to the area's magic, showing how wind and water have shaped this land for thousands of years. Akçur waterfalls are a peaceful escape for those who love adventure and nature. Plage Blanche is one of Morocco's most remote and untouched beaches, stretching for miles along the wild Atlantic coast. Its name means white beach, and it truly lives up to it with endless soft sand, clear skies, and rolling ocean waves. Far from busy cities and crowded shores, Plage Blanche is a place for those who love raw nature and wide open spaces. Strong winds shape the dunes into smooth curves, and the sound of the sea is the only noise for miles around. Getting here is an adventure in itself. Travelers cross rough desert tracks and rocky plains before reaching this hidden stretch of coast where the desert meets the ocean. Along the shore, fishermen's huts and simple camps dot the sand, reminding visitors of the quiet life that still follows the rhythm of the sea. Seabirds fly overhead, and at sunset, the wide beach glows golden under the fading sun. Bin El Oued Lake is a hidden jewel in the heart of Morocco's Atlas Mountains. This wide, calm reservoir was created by a large dam and is surrounded by rolling hills, red earth, and green fields that make the water's deep blue shine even brighter. The lake is a peaceful escape for travelers who love nature and quiet adventure. Small boats drift across the still water, while fishermen cast their lines under the warm sun. Along the shore, tiny villages and olive groves rest beside the gentle waves. Bin El Oued Lake is also known for its outdoor activities. Visitors can swim, kayak, or take boat rides to hidden coves where the mountains reflect perfectly in the water. Hiking trails around the lake offer stunning views of winding inlets and faraway peaks. When the sun sets, the lake turns golden and pink, and the quiet hills glow under the evening sky. The cedar forests of Azrou are one of Morocco's green treasures, hidden in the Middle Atlas Mountains. These ancient woodlands are filled with tall Atlas cedar trees, some of them hundreds of years old, standing strong under clear mountain skies. Walking through the forest, visitors find cool shade, fresh air, and the gentle sounds of birds singing among the branches. The ground is soft with pine needles, and beams of sunlight slip through the high trees to light quiet paths. The forests of Azrou are also home to the famous Barbary macaques, playful wild monkeys that watch from the trees and sometimes come close to travelers looking for treats. Seeing these monkeys in their natural home is one of the forest's simple joys. Small streams and hidden clearings make this a perfect place for gentle hikes and peaceful picnics. Local shepherds still guide their flocks through these woods, just as their families have done for generations. The pottery quarter of Safi is one of Morocco's best places to see the country's long tradition of handmade ceramics. Safi is a coastal city known across Morocco for its skilled potters who shape clay into beautiful works of art. In the pottery quarter, narrow lanes wind between workshops and open-air kilns, where clay jars, colorful bowls, and detailed tiles are made by hand. The smell of wet clay and wood smoke fills the air as potters turn wheels and shape each piece with care and skill passed down through generations. Visitors can watch craftsmen mix the clay, mold it on spinning wheels, and decorate the finished pieces with bright glazes in deep blues, greens, and earthy reds. Finished pots dry in the sun or bake in large ovens that glow with orange fire at night. Shops in the quarter display shelves full of Safi's famous pottery, from simple cooking pots to finely painted plates and shining tagines ready to bring beauty to any table.